Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have this 16-inch MacBook. It's in here for data recovery. A customer said that they spilled some liquid on, I believe, the top part, like here in the area, and it's just not working, it's not coming on. The customer is interested mainly just grabbing the data because this is a little bit of an older model, so they already transitioned over to the Apple Silicon model, and they were just worried about the data, right? Because it's very important on here. Now, if you guys didn't already know already, on these MacBooks, they have the SSD that's already soldered, and they also have a security chip. Well, this one's Intel model, so it has a security chip that's on the logic board, and the Apple Silicon ones have it basically at silicon level. So we're going to go ahead, open up today. Let's take a look at it, see what's going on inside, see what we can do to recover the data. Okay, let's move it up, pop it, and yep, we see a bit of sticky that's around this area. You can kind of see a little bit on the heatsink right here, and then there's also some sticky close to where the LCD connection is here. Now these models, usually on the edges here, on the side where liquid really has an easy way of getting in, because there is a nice crevice here, there's usually liquid that has a very high chance of hitting this area, which is your power to the NAND. There's also the NAND chips that do go here, which is right next to it. So a lot of times when you have a liquid damage, it actually gets in there, shorts the NAND. And this is one of the more difficult models to recover data from just because of that reason alone. Let's hope that's not the case, because it looks like the damage is hopefully just more around this area. This area isn't good either though, because there is a power, but this is a power area for the CPU and also GPU too. So let's go ahead and open it up, take a look at it, let's assess the damage, see what's going on. All right, so we got the board out. So let's go under the microscope. Let's take a look at it further, see the damage, because we can see something there, but we want you guys to see it too, and we want to see it a little bit better so we can do a fix for it. So this is where the sticky was on the heatsink. It's pretty close to it. It's on that edge. And we go over here and we can see we have a touch bar area. That's what this connection is. And then we have an LAS, which is your lid angle sensor. That got impacted there. So we would need to fix that up. It's still, yeah, it still looks like a little bit slimy there. Man, it's been a while and it's still pretty sticky. Okay, so we do need to clean up that area. I guess we could focus on this one first, right guys? Especially when there's any type of liquid damage, it can get pretty nasty. So let's focus on this area first. Let's clean this one up. Okay, that did a good job, huh? Pretty good. There we go, we can see a lot better now. Wow, the board even got like, you can see it. And usually it does impact one of the ends here. It looks like the one of the ends doesn't look to be too hot there. So we need to go ahead and touch that one up. So when you have any type of damage and it corrodes, especially if it impacts a certain area of the pin, that usually means it's like, it's an important pin, right? For power data, something. So then that's always a line. So that's usually the case when it burns, because otherwise if it's like a ground, it's not gonna burn because there's nothing going through it. But this looks to be completely gone. Let's see if we can look at it on another end, because we would need to rebuild that if it's there. You see these colors, right? Each one has their own. And then you have this one that has absolutely nothing. That looks completely burned and completely gone. Do we see any type of pad whatsoever that we can rebuild? And even underneath looks really bad too. So we need to clean this up just to at least make sure it's fine. It's not going to cause a problem. It's not an important connection right now to worry about, because it doesn't really have much to do with a power line, right? And it won't be connected, so it won't matter. As long as we clean it, at least for now, it should be good. So let's move over to our other area, which is close to our CD32, which is our big USB-C IC here. And this is programmed, and it's CD3217B12. Now, there are two of them right next to each other, and they both exist because there are two ports on this side of the MacBook. You need all of them always to work, and the circuit needs to work too. So to get your 20 volts to make sure everything's fine. But we see a nasty cap over here. Looks pretty gross. See if I can zoom in. There we go. We see a bit of a nasty cap over here, and that looks completely like destroyed. So we're gonna pretty much do the same thing here. We're gonna clean this up. All right. Try to keep the heat away from that CD32 as much as we can. So we need to be in and out. All right. Cool. And we kept out of the edge of the chip. We're gonna check it though, just to make sure that it's fine. But you know, and we'll also check the rest of the board, make sure it's fine too. So let's let it cool off. We'll clean it up, and then we'll check under the chip. All right. Yeah, it looks like it never even happened, right? Looks perfect. All right, so we can see the BJ area here looks fine. All right, so that looks clean under there. We can see all of the silver under the chip looks to be fine. Looks good, so it looks like we're okay. It looks clean. I mean, it doesn't look like it's obviously damaged there. All right, so I'm gonna check this area. We're gonna check the rest of the board just to make sure for power, because again, we're just mainly interested in data. All right, so we fixed the board. I checked the rest of it. I don't really see any damage anywhere else, even though it hit kind of the top area. Maybe we definitely have a problem with the LAS, which is the lid angle sensor, and that's damaged. That's definitely going to be a problem, so I'm not going to plug it in. I'm curious to see if the screen works, because the screen looks to be slightly maybe impacted, at least on the top covering piece there, but I don't see any corrosion or any like damage to the area where the LCD is supposed to go. So I think we're good, right? Let's just go ahead and plug it in. Let's see if it does power on. All right, so we put it back enough. The casing here looks to be fine. It looks like it just hit this area, but it didn't actually corrode or damage anything on either side. So I'm hoping that the screen's gonna be fine. So we got everything else in that's essential, and we'll plug it in. So let's see what we get. We're at 20 volts, went up pretty quick. Let's keep going up, 5. All right, let's see if we get a display. And we got a battery icon, that's fine too. We'll let it charge up because I think it's gonna be okay. Okay, so we let it go for a little bit. So let's see. Oh yeah, we got Apple logo. And we got boot to an OS, great. So I hope you guys enjoy watching this data recovery. So we were able to log in, and we were able to put the data on an external hard drive. That's usually what we do for our data recovery services. We would extract data and then put it on an external hard drive, and then usually format it for any type of PC or Mac. That's typically what we do for it, so it's going to be used, right? That's what the data recovery process is. If you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like. It really does help us a lot. If you guys are interested in doing a data recovery service with us with Macs or any other type of repair for Macs, check the links in the description down below for more contact information. It goes to our website. We have an easy work order that you can fill out. You can send in your MacBook, and then we'll take it from there. I'd love to help you guys out. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.